A new day has begun. The country is counting the votes in the public referendum held yesterday on consolidating islands. The vote follows the government's proposal to group islands to create new administrative island constituencies.
Miharo, misal ka council sa kang hogol na makuran fada ki ko ba?
Bawat fada gitu. Ahmad Tauli ma bes fada, Zikata bes fada, Taragdia bes fada.
Maldives is one of the most promising young democracies in the region. Nasrina's excitement demonstrates how successful elections are offering opportunities to show how democracy, development and human rights are interdependent and mutually reinforcing.
Terus ayu mah balap fada kurang raja tunna. Fada ko rangalo kami. Miharo emi ke minimum kami emi ha ko vote dum ke minimum ka lebi pa vote hama minimum kami ko leve miha korea ko leve. Evesa marangalo kami.
From the capital Male to the islands, good governance is a continuing work in progress.
UNDP is very privileged to be working alongside Maldivians as this transition moves forward. I think many people were very frustrated that the fruits of democracy weren't immediate, that didn't come to everybody at the same time. And one of the really interesting things here is to come to that realization that this is something which needs work, and that's why UNDP is here to work with the people of the Maldives to get through this important time for the Maldives and to end up with a more democratic government.
Away from the busy streets, high rises and metropolitan life, surrounded by the less fortunate is the local market. This is where the inhabitants of Male pop in to purchase fresh goods at cheaper prices. UNDP works to identify and support local groups to address the extreme poverty and vulnerabilities present within the atoll communities by consolidating and strengthening farming opportunities in the Maldives.
Under the poverty reduction program of the UNDP Maldives, we are contributing towards addressing social and economic vulnerabilities in different regions through support in livelihoods, employment creation, entrepreneurship development, and we also support policy level interventions in trade and planning.
There are around 80,000 migrant workers in the Maldives. Considering the country has a population of just over 300,000, the migrant populace makes up for a quarter of the population. Migrant workers, along with workers in the tourism industry, seafarers and the general population, are among the target groups for the HIV prevention activities currently implemented in the Maldives, supported by UNDP, the government and the local bodies. The program carries out awareness campaigns at targeted workplaces such as resorts and educates them on the risks of HIV and promotes safe behaviors. UNDP is supporting the government and civil society organizations to address waste management issues in the country. This includes drafting and implementing waste management policies and regulations, building waste management sites in the islands, conducting studies on waste recycling, and enacting guidelines for transportation of waste by land and sea.
Maldives is threatened by the consequences of climate change more than most countries in the world. And this is something that we hear a lot, of course, in the international media. But it's only really when you come to the Maldives that you realize how important and how immediate this issue is.
A 7-minute boat ride away from Male is Vilingili. As a low-lying coral island country where more than 80% of the land is less than 1.5 meters above sea level, Maldives is one of the most vulnerable nations on earth to climate change. Because of the small size of the islands, no Maldivian lives more than 1 kilometer from the shorelines, which constantly changes due to natural processes. A projected rise in sea level threatens the country's existence.
Communities are going to have to find a way of adapting to the consequences of climate change. This is all about how people can stay here and stay in a sustainable way, stay in a way that makes things work for their families and for their children.
The sun is setting. The people accept the challenges that they continue to face, but they are hopeful because they know that the most effective solutions to poverty, environmental and other challenges they face originate within communities themselves. And UNDP is proud to bring these effective communities to the world stage to honor their achievements and learn from their examples.
Mikudi kudi nalarata Shagema farutaka Nala nala tundita Nakatafari vadunita Fia fia jahani Fia fia jahani Makan